Hi there, Taurus, Taurus rising, and of course all of you Taurus moon people out there. This is your monthly tarot forecast for March 2022. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, no, I don't appear in my monthly tarot forecasts, but I show up in all my other videos on this channel, including the monthly astrology forecasts, which are already up, as well as the weekly tarot forecasts I put out on Saturdays for YouTube member supporters and Patreon supporters. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com. And for more information about all of that, you can just simply follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what's going on when it comes to your month of March? Well, your big spiritual theme, or the big focus of this month for you, is the Queen of Cups reversed. And this is going to be a time where a lot of you Taurus people are getting to undo a lot of happenings or a lot of situations that were born out of wounded behavior, wounded beliefs, or any kind of unhealthy, maladaptive behavior or choices that have been running in all kinds of circles in your life. Now, with the Queen of Cups reversed, it's important to understand that this is about liberating you. This is about getting you away from things that are staying wounded, that sort of always healing, never healed kind of mentality. Whether this is a problem that just never seems to be fully fixed, or this is something we can never really get over the hump of, if this is something that by virtue of being wounded is trying to stay wounded so it can, control from the bottom, so to speak, this is going to be a time where you want to keep your eyes and ears open to where that is occurring in your life. In fact, you may be finding with the Queen of Cups reversed, you are undoing and reversing a lot of paths and courses you've taken on, especially within the last 2 months, that are only there because of the wounded actions or the dysfunctional actions of a certain group, of a certain person, or maybe even an entire setup that you have been committed to or involved in some way. This can be a time of great reform and great transformation, especially when it comes to getting everything back on the right track, getting everything back on the right footing. But you may encounter some resistance because you will be ruffling some feathers by challenging things that some people never really wanted to ever address, call out, or take responsibility for. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, you do have the Wheel of Fortune upright, as well as the Six of Swords reversed. And with the Wheel of Fortune upright, this is actually going to be a very exhilarating month, financially speaking, because there is an amplification of the value and the profits that you are pulling in through all of your work, every single bit of it. It may actually get a bit hectic, a bit busy. We talked about it getting extremely busy, through the month of March in the monthly astrology forecast. The Wheel of Fortune is indicating that this could actually be a big turn for a lot of you, especially when it comes to being able to step into more competitive opportunities or to even widen an income avenue or to intensify the flow of income coming your way, whether it's through a private business enterprise or something you've got going on within your own industry, your own field, or at the office. And the Six of Swords reversed is indicating that there actually is an opportunity to reclaim something that you had either lost or missed or strayed from that could actually be very, very valuable to you, especially when it comes to any kind of position or maybe investment or major purchase or even just a personal treasure or personal goal that we had missed or lost touch with. However far back it may go, this could go back even years. What I like about this, though, is that the return of all of these old opportunities, these old contacts, this old money, coupled with the amplification of what you've already got going on right now, and even more big breaks to come, a lot of you Taurus people are going to be feeling quite secure, if not a bit flush financially this month. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you do have the Tower card upright and the Seven of Swords upright. Now, I want to preface this by saying, remember, these are positions that are talking about other people. So we don't want to necessarily assume we know where it's going, right? Let me do the reading. Don't run up onto the court like some crazy person in the crowd at a ball game. Let's do this. The Tower card upright is showing me here that there is going to be some kind of news of a rather explosive end to a situation that was kept up artificially for a long time. Something that could be a bit of a rug pull, or maybe even something that has outlived itself unnaturally. And this is something going on either in a group, a team, or a family situation, or maybe a clique, or even a social network that you are connected to. The Tower card upright is indicating that I'm getting the feeling of a big rug pull. I really am. And I feel like this may be something that a lot of you Taurus people could have also have seen coming, especially if the Tower card is happening to somebody else, which it most likely is in this case. You may already be aware that something was being fortified or held up or simply continued in a way where it was unnatural or avoiding an inevitability. The inevitability will be coming down this month. The Seven of Swords is also indicating that there may actually be news coming through one of your social circles about somebody, or perhaps even an entire community you're connected to, operating under false pretenses, perhaps even you catching somebody in the act or getting recruited to do something that you know in your heart to be immoral, unethical, or, hopefully not illegal, but, something that is happening here where you need to be on your guard. There is something foul going on with these two cards, and it's not necessarily something that has to be your problem, but you have to be willing to own what you see, what you witness, and what comes up. I do feel like this may actually come in spaces where you have given a lot of faith, a lot of power, a lot of authority, and a lot of deference that you should not have been giving. And because this is happening in the platonic area, I do want to stress that in all likelihood, it's more 9 out of 10 chance that this is happening in the friends, family, or social life area, okay? When it comes to your challenges this month, you do have the Page of Wands reversed and the Two of Swords reversed. With the Page of Wands reversed, a lot of you Taurus people have got to pay attention to where it is time to call it quits on things that ultimately are not getting better, they are not growing, they are not changing, or maybe they are not evolving or improving in any kind of rate that is actually meaningful. With the Page of Wands reversed, you may be finding that a lot of this month, you're going to have to make more space for you. You're going to have to put yourself in a position where you are taking the side of function, health, balance, abundance, stability, over anything that you have humored or tried to simply invest in out of hope in the past. We've got lovely breakthroughs coming your way with the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords reversed, for instance. Why? Why would we continue to give more energy to unstable people, dangerous circumstances, shady narratives, and anything that ultimately would squish that, right? We're also doing a lot of purging with the Queen of Cups reversed. Stop letting the wounded behavior or the incomplete information or the I guess you could say the pain body in another person be what tells you how to live your life or what you can do. This is going to be a time where you're going to have to know when to say no. You're going to have to know when to quit. You're going to have to know when to stand your ground. When it comes to the Two of Swords reversed, a lot of new commitments are coming on board. And a lot of you Taurus people may find that a challenge this month is dropping things that you've been hoping would pay off or get better, and they are not. The Two of Swords reversed is saying we have to be ready to accept new blessings with both hands, and we can't really do that when we are stuck on or with certain projects or investments or affiliations that are compelled beyond reason to stay in a place of lack, disharmony, and dysfunction. The Two of Swords reverse is indicating a lot of new commitments that you make this month are going to be ones that you may need to be ready to stick to and give more of your time, energy, and availability to than you have allotted to them as we go into the month of March. So be prepared. Your whole calendar is going to need to evolve. But again, you're doing great. If you haven't noticed, a lot of this is about other people. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you do have the Five of Pentacles upright, as well as the King of Wands upright. And what's really interesting, and you've probably heard me say it before, the Five of Pentacles is a strange card to see in love because, for people who are tarot readers, it can be seen as a really, really unfortunate card in terms of practical affairs and things like that. But in love, it is actually one of the best cards you can get. Because with the Five of Pentacles, there is this huge soul awakening. There is this huge emotional, open-hearted share that is connecting us with either a partner or, if we are single or available to somebody new that is actually forging a new journey to go on. Because the Five of Pentacles, there's no pretense, right? There's no role absorption, there's no aesthetic, there's no obsession with appearances or performativity. It's about pure naked souls connecting to one another. And we have an opportunity to not only establish such a bond or have such a moment to rewrite the narrative of an existing relationship, but a lot of you are also going to be finding this in a new relationship if you are looking for a new relationship. With the King of Wands upright, a lot of you may find that you are also getting help when it comes to love and romance this month, especially when it comes to third parties. However those third parties show up, they could be people or they may be, go-betweens. And for some of you, this could actually be, yes, showing up in terms of apps and things like that. But we have somebody or something with the hookup giving a lot of you single and available Taurus people the chance to embark on a new relationship story with somebody that is luckily in the same place at the same time as you. Some of you may have this be a match that is made. The King of Wands upright is, again, one that puts us in the same place at the same time. Or this may be a directive that comes, somebody being directed towards you or you being directed towards another. For those of you who are currently in committed relationships, the King of Wands upright is hooking the entire connection, the marriage or the family up with a big break in order to not only bring in more, funny enough, material comfort. Some of you may be finding out a big break in terms of a partner's finances as well, but we're also getting a whole new social support system, something that's going to be a lot more intellectually stimulating and something that is also going to give this entire relationship a whole new kind of spice. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.